Okay. Hello. Oh, jeez, what did I do? Hey, Garrett. I think I broke everything. Okay. Now, this... Okay, this is the microphone. Okay. Alright. I guess Paul's stream was contagious. To be fair, this is mostly my own fault for rushing. But there we go. That should be good now. Oh, sorry for that. Actually, I need to position this somewhere a little bit better. We're going to put it right here. That's going to be the mic spot. I hope we didn't lose too many people in the clip, but I suspect that we might. And I now need to fix the live stream because everything is broken over there now. All right, well, Garrett, if you wouldn't mind sharing the new... Hey, Denny, welcome back. Garrett, if you wouldn't mind sharing this stream link into the Discord, I would have greatly appreciate that. I need to fix the view of the stream, and then we can start actually doing running of the trains. Yep, I'm working on that right now, Scott. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Garrett. Perfect. Appreciate it. All right, why... Let's do this. Let's do... Why is this not... Why is this not working? Thank you, Lord Nikon. Welcome to the party. Adam, Emmett, welcome to the party. Yeah, I need to do this one. Yep, I know, Adam. I'm a little bit away from the microphone right now. I'm trying to fix video stuff over on my computer, which is a little further away than normal. Okay. There's that. There's that. All right. Let me turn this off. Yep, thank you, thank you, Adam. Boy, I've done this all to myself. I have no one to blame but me. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right now. Let me know if I'm still a little bit quiet or anything. If the music's too loud, I can turn that down. Whatever you need. I just want to make sure. Oh, nope, that camera's now busted. All right, let me fix that camera. Hey. Okay, this camera. Okay, this camera's back, but now it's zoomed. So now I need to unzoom it. Oh, jeez. Why is it zoomed? I unzoomed it before. Why did it rezoom? Properties. Config video. Zoom. Nothing. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. I think it's all finally fixed. So we can actually do the thing now. All right, let's see. What's everyone saying? Let's see. Adam's still recovering from Rail Days. Hope you had a good time at Rail Days, Adam. Seemed like it was a pretty cool event from what you shared. Emmett caught the DL and LV units this evening. That's awesome. I mean, I catch the Metro North Heritage units all the time because that's my local railroad pretty much, but whoa, sorry about the fast camera movement. I accidentally knocked it. But someone tell me, what was the winner on the what locomotive won on the poll earlier, because that's now gone forever. I think it was the RS3, but I also threw a curveball in there by adding the MP15. So let's see, can I do it from my phone? No, I can't. So the New Haven, yeah, that's what I think it was, Garrett. I think it was a close race between the B30-7 and the New Haven RS3. So here, I'll just quickly pull them up here on stream so you folks can see them, and then we'll make that final decision. I think it was the New Haven, but we'll make the final decision right here. So, and as I'm taking these locomotives out so you can see them, I want to say thank you all so much for 700 subscribers. That's huge. I never thought I would get even halfway as far as this in YouTube. I thought I would just be, making videos for a couple of people. 700 of you out there is wild to me. So thank you so much for subscribing, for following along, and for putting up with my shenanigans for nearly a decade, as we discovered last live stream. Sean, good evening. You're here just in time to help us pick tonight's motive power for the op session. So we've got the Atlas Classic RS3 in the New Haven paint up top with sound. You've got the BNCCS B30-7 Atlas no sound. I will say the only problem with sound is that this layout sometimes is somewhat unreliable, so the sound cuts out. But this is what we're at. So I see one vote for the B30. We'll just do it informally like this. 2 votes for the B30. I wish I had the poll set up still. 3 votes for the B30. All right. Well, the B30 is in the 4. Okay. Well, the B30 is kind of winning right now. 4 votes. 4 votes for the GE unit. No sound. Give it another minute or two to really simmer. And again, for anyone who's just tuning in, the options are a sound-equipped RS3, which will probably have the sound cut in and out, painted from New Haven, unweathered. And then we have a weathered, custom-painted, no sound B30-7 for the BNCCS. So I'll give it another minute here. And while I do that, let me get ready to set up the ops. So I'm just going to do a quick and dirty op session here. I'm still going to use my Ops Buddy tool, but I have a physical version of it here that I brought with me to the Model Train People meetup. Sorry for being so loud all of a sudden. Model Train People meetup that happened this weekend down in New Jersey, which was a lot of fun. So I have a physical printout of everything. So let me erase my check marks that are already in there, and we'll start rolling this D20 while you folks out there have another minute to vote on what the power is. But I'm At this point, fairly confident that the winner is going to be the B30. And yeah, thank you, Garrett. If you haven't given the stream a like yet, hit the like button. Helps the stream get out there to more people, and helps us to find new friends out there on the internets. Alright, so if B30 is the winner, then I'm going to need a BNCCS caboose. And we're going to slap that on the rails and shove it down to just on the edge of town. Alright. There's the D20. Alright, so the way the Ops Buddy tool works is it's a roll table, just like any tabletop game. So I'm going to roll the die for Balfour Lumber to see if we're going to operate the lumberyard tonight. I got a 15, which falls within the yes category, which is 6 to 20. So if I roll anywhere between a 6 and a 20, then the answer is yes. I will be operating. I will be operating there tonight. So the answer is yes. So we're going to check that yes, we're going to be operating the lumberyard. We'll roll the D20 again. 17. There's going to be one boxcar. So we're going to swap the Alta California car, courtesy of not courtesy, I paid him for it, but thanks to Miles Cowan of youtube.com/@interurbanera for that car there. That's his freelance road. And let me just real quick bring the camera over to that to really show it off, because Miles did an excellent job in decaling and lettering it and weathering it. There it is. If you haven't checked out Miles yet, please do so. I really should add him to the list down in the description of friends in the hobby. Roll, we get 2, so we will not be working the depot this session. Roll again. We've got an 8, so we will be working the cement company. Roll again. That's not definitive. That's still not definitive. It really sucks rolling this on not a flat surface. 15. 2 cement covered hoppers. Roll again. We got a 4. So we will not be working Star Gas. And then we'll roll again. We got a 15, so we will be working the Team Tracks. And we got a 13. So the roll table here says 1 boxcar, 1 flat track 1, but I'm going to call an audible, and we're going to do 1 boxcar, 1 salt covered hopper. To track 1. And that might give you a hint as to what that salt cover hopper is going to be, because I currently only have 1 of those. So now that my roll table here is filled out, I gotta pull out a blank BNCCS switch list. There's 1 there. So this is my blank switch list. So you can see we've got all the industries on there. We've got some tips and tricks over here, as well as DTC addresses of all my BNCCS power. And then this up here should be blank. It's actually filled in with an old locomotive. But I would write in my power, so I'm going to write in 501 right there. I want to circle the B30 on there just to act as a reminder. And now we're going to start setting up the train. So we're going to do the lumber, and it's going to receive 1 boxcar. So we're going to pick up Alta is Alta. I gotta get in close here to look. 13660 is, I believe, what the number on there says. One two six six zero. And we're gonna drop off. You know what we're gonna do? We are going to drop off my brand spanking new, finally completed B and CCS 50-foot incentive per diem boxcar. I'll get that on the rails here. That is B and CCS 25103. Two 5203. And there's that. Alright, we are not working the depot, so I'm going to cross that off my switch list. We are not working Star Gas, so I'm going to cross that off my switch list. So we might have time for actually 2 sessions here. So if this session runs well, maybe we will run a session with the New Haven unit. Team tracks, we are picking up, let's see, track 1, so we're picking up CIRR 2030, the Chattahoochee Industrial Railroad Incentive per diem boxcar, and we are picking up Virginia Midland 2879, and that means that we will be dropping off 1 boxcar and 1 salt covered hopper. So we're going to drop off Penn Central 252455. And we are going to be dropping off a very special car to me, thanks to my good friend Mr. Paul Stamp for sending this to me. Paul, I think, has fallen asleep, so I don't think he's here tonight, but we are dropping off GWTX 12350. 12350, which is Paul's freelance car. Garrett, thanks for sticking with me through my shenanigans. Hope you have a good night, my friend, and feel free to watch the ops when it's live again tomorrow, or when the video is live of the replay. And the cement, we are going to be dropping off Conrail 877045 and Penn Central 253777. And we're going to be picking up Conrail 884669 and C&J 830. So that is our switch list. Done and dusted. So, now, it's time to go to work. And by that, I mean it's time to put the train on the tracks. So we're going to keep the New Haven safely right there on the end of the layout. Loudness there. We're going to put the B and CCS car right here. And actually, first, let me show this beauty off. I'm very happy with my decal work on it. They just need to be sealed on. This is the car we started last week. as you can see, it is fully finished, and I am extremely happy with it. So there's that. Here we're going to do the pen set. Yeah, we're going to... Because it's going to be an easy session, we'll build in a little bit more difficulty for myself. We're going to put the Pen Central box. And then the GWTX covered hopper. Oh boy. I guess I haven't run this on the layout yet, have I? Because I need to swap the wheel sets on this. They are clearly older pizza cutter flanges, based on that growl of them rolling over the. All right, let's put these down here. And then we just have the cement cars. There's one. There's two. The power, B and CCS number 501, B30-7, actually one of the newer locomotives on the railroad in the year 1985. Although this unit sure doesn't look new. So there. Oh, there's our train. Finally. Only, what has it been? Half an hour since the stream officially went live. And we're finally here. Alright. So let's select 501. Alright, we have control. Let me grab my uncoupling pick. How deep is my layout? I assume you mean deep as in from where the camera is back, and if that is the case, then 1 foot. My layout is 1 feet by 6 feet, give or take a couple inches for lumber framing. And it is actually a very nice size for an N-scale switching layout. Okay, so here's our train. Oh no, not the buffering. Oh, anything but the buffering. Please tell me that the buffering has gone away. Oh no. Oh, is the buffering just for Adam? Hopefully it's either done or it's just for Adam. Okay, good. Whew. You scared me there for a minute, Adam. You know how much trouble I've had with internet in the past. Can't do that to me, man. Just get my fan in here. All good. You're all good. I'm just joking with you. I'm just playing. Okay, where did my switch list go? On the floor, right where it belongs. That's not it. That looks like it. That's today's switch list. Fighting your modem, yeah. that would do it. Okay. So, step one of operating my lamp is to cut the caboose, the entrance to town, to flag the main to the west, so that way no trains come and interfere with our switching. And do that. There we go. Oh, it looks deeper. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to. I think I'm glad to hear that, Sean. I think that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing, or just a neutral thing. That my layout looks deeper than it is. But I'll take it as a compliment. So thank you. Alright, we are going to pull into town. Oh man, the GWT car is bouncing. I need to put some new. And it flopped. Okay. So, we're going to have to do an on-the-fly coupler swap with some other car. Because that's a problem. Well, maybe I won't do it on the fly coupler swap. Maybe I'll just, or not coupler, wheel set swap. Nah, I'm gonna do it. Give me a car, any car. That'll do it for now. We're gonna do some quick surgery out on the road. Get the wrecker out. Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to model a BNCCS wreck train. Just because that's a fun thing. I want to model a BNCCS MOW train and a wreck train. But that's all further down the line. In the meantime, we'll just pull out the 050. One wheel set. Two wheel sets. Three wheel sets. Four wheel sets. I'm going to put this box car. I'll put it on my workbench. So I don't forget to swap the couplers back in. Pop these wheel sets out. Which is it's a little unfortunate that I have to do this because Paul weathered these wheel sets pretty good. Especially for someone not used to working down here in N scale. The weathering on these wheel sets actually look quite good. Alas, if they don't run, it's no good. So, swaps they shall receive. One, two. See, you keep adding to your UP now, and the weeds. Oh, MOW, not now. That says MOW. I need to learn how to read. Your UP MOW and the weed sprayer train. But it's difficult with Warpage from 3D printing. Oh, Warpage. Oh my! I really need to learn to read. Apparently. Yeah, 3D printing warped prints must be very frustrating. I haven't gotten into printing myself yet. Although it's only a matter of time, as I know Sean always points out to me Wednesday mornings. Okay, let's pull the train into town here. stop right here. Alright. How do I want to do this? Alright, well, I'm off the main now, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I think my best course of action actually is to shove the whole train back out onto the main. So undo the move I just made. Because I need to get that BNCCS car on the rear coupler of my locomotive, which is something that I can't do when there's a train in between. And I can't take the whole train into the switching area. So, stop it right there. Pop the couplers. Pull the train back off of the runaround. Stop right there. The coupler off the head end of the train here. There we go. Let's see, can you? Okay, you can see on this camera. Okay. Jeez, tonight is just technical difficulty night apparently. I know Paul was having some struggles with his stream. I've had my whole fiasco with my stream before even getting started here tonight. Right, we're going to throw the switch here. And now you people are all having internet dropouts. Throw that switch down there. And run the power back. So what we have up top here, on top of the stream, up there, is a map of the town of Balfour. So this is representing a fictional town on the west shore of the Hudson, a little bit north and a little bit west of the city of Newburgh. And this is the town where the BNCCS was founded and where it first came out of. So the earliest part of the BNCCS itself, not including the New Haven, was the Balfour Railroad, which was the project of a entrepreneur in the town of Balfour who owned the printing company. There was the Balfour, or the Mid-Hudson Valley Printing Company was based here in the town of Balfour. And he founded the Balfour Railroad to connect his printing company up to what would eventually become the Maybrook line. So just a little bit north and west to bring more traffic to his paper mill. And from there, the railroad would expand down to the city of Newburgh, through a fictional connection to on the north side of the city, and would connect with the Colusa Creek Southern Railway on the east shore, where they would do car float transfers and interchange traffic across the Poughkeepsie Bridge once that was built, and they would eventually merge in the Depression era to try and join together and increase revenue by decreasing overhead costs. And once the New Haven went bankrupt in my timeline, they decided to try and sell off part of the Maybrook west of Danbury. So Danbury would become their new Maybrook as far as transfers go. And the BNCCS bought the line from Danbury to Maybrook, and kind of grew out from there, eventually taking over New Haven. So this is kind of the origin of the railroad. As I'm switching out this V&O car. This V&O car is just staying at... It's just going to be staying right here, but I have to get it out of the way of the store here, so that way I can switch out the lumber mill. So you're going to try and move your external antenna again before your Friday surgery. Can't go a few weeks without a decent internet signal. Yeah. That'd be pretty rough. Try, especially a couple weeks in recovery where you can't really do very much from what I've heard you say. So I wish you luck in moving your antenna to hopefully be a little bit happier with T-Mobile. Pushing the boxcar back to hook up to the Alta California car. There we go. Make sure that we are coupled. We are. So let me pull forward. And it looks like I need to give this backtrack a real good cleaning. My microfiber cloth. Real good cleaning, and maybe the wheels of this locomotive too. Jeez. So now we're gonna push the Alta California car out of the way so we can drop the BNCCS car into place. Closet Branch, welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you here. How are you doing this evening? I'm just working on some switching on the layout right now. Which is something that I haven't had the opportunity myself to do in a good couple of months. So it's good to be doing it again. We're just switching out the Balfour Lumber Company with this BNCCS B30-7 number 501. Not quite the class leader, but one off. Why I decided to model 501 instead of 500, I think it was because, if I had to guess, it was because I had 501, I had decals of a 501 that I could put in the number boards, and not decals of a 500 that I could put in the number boards. And at the time, I was not confident enough to make my own little number boards, so. That, as far as I know, is why. But, in any case, we've got 501 on the switch job tonight. Now we're shoving the BNCCS boxcar back down the lumber lead. Back behind Alta and the V&O cars. Definitely need to clean this backtrack. Oh yeah. Right, well, there's that. To cut the coupler right there. And pull off of the car. Now I'm going to hitch onto both the Alta car and the V&O car so I can drop the Alta California car back off right actually a train depot. It is a hardware store. I really need to just relabel the building and figure out something realistic, or at least semi-realistic that it could be, to have a loading dock out the back. Because I feel like a small hardware store would not be picking up boxcar loads or even I feel like, if anything, at this era, this loading dock would be obsolete and they'd be picking up stuff from the team tracks over here on the second cam. But, in any case, I don't know, maybe they're just really reliable customers. Or they have really reliable customers and they're getting bespoke items or something, I don't know. For whatever reason, the hardware store is still being served by the railroad. Really not cooperating with me, is it? Right, pull off of the B&O car. And we'll put this wheel stop back on the rails to prevent us from coupling back on. We need the wreck train again, Adam. Okay. So now we have the difficult task of extracting these two cars and getting them on the head of the locomotive while not leaving this. I might have to leave the Alta car back down by the caboose. Down here. Down here somewhere. I think that's what I'm gonna do, is I really don't like leaving things on the main. I really prefer not to if I can. But the way this train is blocked, I think there's no other real alternative. Okay. Alright, so we're hitch. Alright, now we're gonna reverse just to pull the slack out. So I can get my coupler in and cut those two cars out. Now we're gonna pull these. Oh, and I forgot to reset my camera. These rails, apparently. Jeez Louise. This is rough. I wonder if it actually is the rails or if it's just the wheels on this power. Alright, and so these two cars are going to track 1, I believe. Let me just double check on my paperwork. Yes, track 1. Alright, so we're going to pick up the Chattahoochee and the V&O. Or the VM, rather. Not the V&O. We already moved the V&O. cooked. And uneven track work strikes again, allowing me to pull away from my train without having the couplers hitched. Shove these two cars up. Oh man, this power is not performing tonight. We leave those two just shy of the switch here. Shove these cars down onto this track. And wreck train. Why is this so uneven? I glued the weight. Oh my goodness. All of the weights somehow got moved off center in this car. Alright, well, that would explain why it's running so hard to the left. Whoever loaded this car, Paul, whoever loaded this car upstate clearly did a very poor job of balancing the load. That's not even gonna work. Yeah, this is what the inside of this car looks like. All of those weights are shoved all the way to the right side of the car somehow. You know what? Oh, shoot. I wonder if it's from if I put it in a hot car. Because this is hot glue that I used, I think. Alright, well, we're just going to manually push this down onto this track. We're going to use the track mobile to push that down onto the track next to the SPSF box. And we're going to use the locomotive to shove the Penn box down onto it. And that car is going to wind up on the rip track. And by the rip track, I mean my desk. There's gotta be dirty spots on this locomotive's wheels. I mean, there's no other explanation. Because this track here is perfectly clean. I just ran my finger over it. And it comes up with basically nothing on my fingers. I need to give all of my wheels, my locomotive wheels and my freight car wheels, a good cleaning. And I think once I do that, it will, my situation will be helped immensely. As well as continuing to work towards all metal wheel sets, because the plastic ones pick up so much crud, and put down so much crud for that matter. Oops, indeed, Scott. When would I have left that car in the heat, though? Unless it was just hot someday in my room? I don't know. Well, lesson learned, don't use hot glue for the insides of cars if there's any chance they're going to be getting warm, I guess. this power is just so unreliable tonight. We should have gone with the New Haven power. In fact, I might call an audible and switch partway through here. Or at least, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a quick wheel cleaning. Where did my cleaning cloth go? There it is. Grab my isopropyl. Just right here. Damp cloth. A little bit of on-the-road maintenance here. Some quick rail cleaning. Thank you for moving out of the way, cars. Very kind of you. Alright. Let's get the power back on the rails. Stop. Stop rolling. You keep rolling. Oh, sorry about that. Swapping out wheels. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the situation I was in. I'm fairly certain that covered hopper does not get the wheel sets that I put in it, but it works in a pinch. It gets the job done. And in theory, it was going to allow me to run the car, but then the car had other problems too. But hey, if I can be an inspiration to get you to get some stuff done, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Who the heck knows? Certainly not I. I think what would really help this locomotive in particular, because it seems to have problems, is for me to open it up and double check all my solder pads and everything. Make sure that I didn't, like something didn't come like somewhat unsoldered, or I didn't do a very good job of soldering something, or something, who knows. This is one of the earliest decoder installs that I did. So, and if that doesn't help, then probably opening it up and putting a Keep Alive in there might. for situations like that, like with a keep alive that might have just continued to sail across. Who knows? Throw that switch. Come on, work with me, locomotive. Here we go. Alright, so now I've got my special procedure for the cement industry here, which is that I have to pick up the cars from this track. Actually, no, I need to. I'm going to go on to track 2 first. The cars on track 2 are ready to depart. Come on, cars, couple. There we go. Yeah, the cars on track 2 are empties. They've been unloaded. So I need to pull them out and bring them on the train with me. The cars on track 1 have been spotted, but have not been emptied yet, so those need to go under the shelter to get unloaded. And then the cars that I have with me on the train need to go and get spotted on track 1, so that they can be prepped for unloading. There we go, couple, thank you. Man, you can really tell that this layout hasn't been run in a while, can't you? It was a real wake-up call for me to fix this freaking layout. I really should try to use my New Haven C425 more on this layout. I haven't tried it very much yet. But in theory, it should run a lot better because it has a Keep Alive, has a TCS KAN1 train control systems. Which should hopefully allow it to run a lot better. But really, who knows? And of course I accidentally coupled onto the Alta car down here. Cut the Alta car. There we go. And now we're going to spot. Uh-oh. I really have to replace this damn switch again. Oh my gosh. That makes me very upset. Alright, well, hey, you know what? I can watch this stream back, and I'll have a running list of all the things that I need to fix on this layout. At the end of the stream here tonight, I was going to say that if you join my Discord, I'm going to try and start having folks in there run the layout through Y Throttle and JMRI. But clearly this layout is not ready for that yet. Or not ready for that again yet. Because I have done this successfully in the past. it clearly needs some tuning up before it can do that again. So now I'm going to pull this whole string back onto the main here. Okay, I'm going to have to cut the caboose here. Oops, a little too fast. Roll down to the very end of the layout. Go and switch, throw the Alta California car onto the runaround. Sorry for the fast camera motion there. I really apologized, everyone. I did not mean to move the camera that fast, but I just tapped it as I was going to reach for it. Alright, shove these cars out. I need to quickly put the caboose on the end of the Alta car. While I'm doing that, let me get this wheel chock off. Alright, let's throw the caboose onto the rear of the train. I didn't fully re-rail this car. Okay, interesting. There we go. Alright, and now I can go ahead and rebuild our train on the runaround and depart town out to the west as we've completed our turn. There we go, there's our train reassembled. And out we go. Returning to the west. And that was a pretty miserable experience for me. Hopefully you had got some enjoyment out of it. It was not miserable. That miserable is a bit of an over exaggeration, I will say. It's always fun for me to run my layout, even if it was a little frustrating because I'm trying to make it a good experience for you all out there watching. But this gives me some things that I need to work on, and I've considered doing is ripping out all the track and kind of replacing the whole sub-road bed with either thin plywood or hoso or something more sturdy, and then relaying the whole layout, the whole track on the layout, while leaving most of the scenery intact, because I just think that would help immensely. If I were to redo all the track work, I would leave pretty much all of the industries pretty much as is. I might do a little bit of tweaking, but I like the way the layout runs. What car routing / ops session setup system am I using? I am using the Ops Buddy, which is made by Matt Forcum, MF Railroad here on YouTube. Let me quickly drop a link into the live stream chat for you. It is basically set up in a Google Docs sheet, or Google Sheets, is I think what it is. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up for a small layout like this, where there's only so many cars. Like, I think I have like 60 cars, 50 cars in there. So it's very easy for me to set up, and then it's very easy for me to use. And it works like a, there's the link to Matt's video introducing the tool. But it basically works like a roll table in Dungeons & Dragons or Warhammer 40k or any of those tabletop role-playing games. Here, I'll pull them back up here for you. So you have one page of the document that is your roll table. This is my roll table. So each of those big black boxes, that's a new industry. So we have Balfour Lumber right here. You roll a 20-sided die, whether it's a physical one or a digital one, and you get either 1 to 6 or 1 to 5, and we will not be switching the industry that session. 6 to 20, we will be switching the industry that session, and then you click or write in whichever checkbox you prefer. If yes, then you go down to the bottom section. In this case, if yes, then we roll a second die, and if it's 1 to 18, the industry will receive 1 boxcar. If it's, or 1 to 16 rather. If it's 17, the industry will receive 1 boxcar and 1 center beam. And if it's 18, 19, or 20, they'll receive just 1 center beam. We go down through all of the industries, and then there's a spot down here at the bottom for session modifiers. I used to have one, but since then I have relabeled some things and reworked some things on how my ops session works, and I don't have any ops modifiers yet. Again, I still have to think of some. But session modifiers can be things like X industry is not done unloading cars. You can drop off if there is space, but you cannot pick up cars. Or you could drop off 1 car and pick up 1 car, but the other cars need to stay, or whatever. Allows you to modify the session. So that's your roll table. Then you go ahead and fill in using that data and your library of cars that you set up. You fill in your switch list, which comes out looking like this. There's a page in between the two where you set up your switch list by just clicking and dragging table squares from your Google Sheet into this if you want to do it on the computer. I've done it on the computer, and now I've done it in person, and it's fine either way. For the way I do it, I think I tend to prefer physical, just because my layout doesn't have a permanent setup. It's not always set up. The cars sometimes come off the layout, go back on the layout, whatever. At the end, there's not a yard. It's just off layout staging. By that, I mean a box that I keep all my train cars in. So, all these cars are going to go back away when I go to reset. So it works a little better for me to use the paper version. That way, I can quickly just write in whatever I need from whatever cars I'm grabbing off of out of my box. But it works really well. I've used it for, I don't know, a little over a year now, I think, and I'm very happy with the Ops Buddy tool. So highly recommend it. But yeah, so that's that. Like I said, I'm thinking about ripping up all the track, laying a new sub road bed, laying a new cork, laying all new cork, laying all new laying all new track. That way it just runs better. But I have to decide. I have to do a little bit of testing to see if I can get it to work any better before I do that. And if I can't, then I have to decide what the easiest way to do this. Because I want to leave all the scenery intact, especially on this end of the layout. From about here over, I'm extremely satisfied with all this scenery. And I don't really want to have to redo it. But I will if I have to. So, Scott, thanks for tuning in tonight. Sorry for being a little bit of a mess. Normally I'm a little better than this, as I'm sure you've seen. But this was kind of a last minute decision to do ops. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to wrap up right now as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me struggle through this ops session. I'm going to give a real good cleaning to my rails, give a real good cleaning to my locomotive wheels, a real good cleaning to my freight car wheels, and see if I can't get this to run a little better. And if not, then hey, maybe we have a project happening on the channel before sooner than I expected, which is rebuilding this layout instead of building a new layout. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed. Glad to hear that, Sean. Glad to hear you enjoyed, regardless of the shenanigans that occurred. But I always love running trains. So if you enjoyed and you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all again for 700 subscribers. That means the world to me that you all follow me and you tune in on Monday nights here. I hope you all stick around. I've got a new video coming out in another day or two. I just need to finish up filming and get it edited. And then I'll be back to finishing up my videos from Island Ops. And then I've got a couple more videos and a new project on its way. So, if you're looking forward to that and you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Lots of new stuff on its way. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will see you all on the next track. Have a good night, everyone.